Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe, and I wanted to talk about the 1978 horror film Mardi Gras Massacre. This was written and directed by Jack Weiss. They call it a semi-sequel to the 1963 film Blood Feast by Herschel Gordon Lewis. It almost feels like a sequel, remake type of thing. It's kind of hard for me to pin down, but it's very much a similar story. This was humorously enough, it was rated it was rated X in the United States upon its release and was called a video nasty among the English or British classification board that was around back in the 80s. The movie is about this guy, John, who tries to find the most evil prostitutes he can find to sacrifice to an Aztec god. That's sort of the gist of the story. Meanwhile, the cops that are going after him, the agents, are also one of them, the main one, is soliciting a prostitute as well. So he's not as on the up and up as you would think most police officers are or should be, and he's going after this guy. The ending has a sort of cliffhanger type of thing going on. Um, Again, if you've seen H.G. Lewis's, Herschel Gordon Lewis's Blood Feast from 1963, it's a very, very similar film. It has a similar tone. And if you like that movie, you'll probably like Mardi Gras Massacre, but it almost feels just like a continuation of that film. So I don't think it added too much. There are some pretty decent special effects and a fairly gratuitous amount of nudity. So you will see women naked as this guy who is uh, trapping the women, or I guess tying the women up and cutting them open. You'll see him pulling out like organs and things like that. So it was kind of a cool film. I think back when it came out in the 70s, it's probably considered pretty graphic. Nowadays, it's sort of tame by today's standards, but back then, I would definitely think that you were to find this to be a pretty graphic film. Again, I liked it. I didn't love it. This isn't one I would go out and buy, but I could see why Severin is releasing this to the sleaze and gore hounds, if you will, that like the 70s movies. I'm not a huge 70s fan of films. Some of them I do really like a lot. One that comes to mind, I believe, is The Wicker Man. I think that was the 70s, and I love that film. I think it's a great um, dark movie, very ominous and feels creepy and has a very dark ending. So that's one of my favorites. But Mardi Gras Massacre was decent. Um, Not something I particularly watch again or purchase from Severin if they do decide to put it out. But I thought it was an okay film. So if you like the Herschel Gordon Lewis style of film, I would recommend Mardi Gras Massacre. It wasn't something I was enthralled by, but I was definitely into it, and I thought it was decent. Great cover art. Again, a fairly decent amount of nudity and gore and special effects, so that was pretty cool. And that's the gist of it. So let me know, guys, if you've seen Mardi Gras Massacre and if you feel like it has a great correlation to the H.G. Lewis film Blood Feast, or maybe just the stuff I'm reading online and the kind of introspective idea I've made may have been a little off. But let me know what you guys think. Thanks, guys, for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.